At some point in the 20th century, we lost our way, and the liberal principles that had made us free and prosperous were betrayed. A new political class, driven by collectivist ideologies and taking advantage of times of crisis, saw the perfect opportunity to accumulate power. All the wealth created by capitalism until then and into the future would be redistributed through some scheme of centralized planning, setting in motion a process whose disastrous consequences we are suffering today. By promoting a socialist agenda, while insidiously operating within the liberal paradigm, this new political class distorted the values of liberalism. And so, they replaced freedom with liberation, using the coercive power of the state to redistribute the wealth created by capitalism. Their justification was the sinister, unjust and abhorrent idea of social justice, complemented by theoretical Marxist frameworks aimed at liberating individuals from their needs. And at the core of this new value system lies the fundamental premise that equality before the law is not enough, as hidden systemic injustices exist which must be rectified. An idea that serves as a goldmine for bureaucrats who aspire to omnipotence. And this is fundamentally what wokeism is about, the result of the reversal of Western values. Each of our civilization's pillars has been replaced by a distorted version of itself, an ideology of monolithic thinking upheld by various institutions, whose purpose is to penalize dissent. Feminism, diversity, inclusion, equity, immigration, abortion, environmentalism, gender ideology, among others. These are all various heads of the same beast, aimed at justifying the state's expansion through the...
Well, that was Javier Milei, the president of Argentina, who probably will never be invited back to the World Economic Forum. This is his second year. He's absolutely destroyed them to their face. A brilliant explanation of exactly what the World Economic Forum is for. Mass globalization with woke, diversity, DEI, all this junk, totalitarianism, transfer of the wealth to the rich, and then also redistributing that in a Marxist communist way, right? That's what communism is. Everyone, equal misery for everyone. Everyone is miserable with a very rich elite. That's communism 101, right? That is what they do now, rather than forcing it the old USSR way. They're doing it nicely and slowly by making you think you're paying tax. So you earn the money, then they just tax you to rip it all out, to leave you with the same salary as anyone on benefits. And that's what it is in the UK now. The incentive to work is literally zero for most workers, because you get as much on benefits as someone working. Again, this is on an individual £30,000, which is the average wage in the UK. But it really, if you've got lots of kids, you're easily way above that. You're on 50, something like that. £50,000, way above the average wage. If you take in housing benefit, then add on the fake illnesses like mental health and all that rubbish, most people never have to work, okay? So it's really just a voluntary, and that's how they do it. That's how they make the UK, which was, per capita, a very rich country, now pathetically poor, like really, really bad. Like Israel is $10,000 per capita more rich than the average UK person. That's how pathetic it is. So it's a really pathetic country, and he just said it to their face. We also had Donald Trump, who didn't even bother to come, but dialed in and just slammed them again to their faces. I don't know what they're going to do, because no one actually wants to show up in person, obviously, because it's just like a death sentence politically to come to that place. Yeah, so it's just them and their woke ideas with the billionaires. I suppose behind who did go is Rachel from Complaints, the UK Chancellor, who actually wasn't even invited to give a speech. She actually went, and she just went there to mingle wherever, just basically take her orders from the World Economic Forum, who she serves. As Starmer himself has said, he would prefer hanging out in Davos than hanging out in Parliament. So, quite incredible speech. Yeah, he ain't coming back.